Welcome to G&Amp H documentary YouTube channel. In this video we are going to talk about lions, tigers, different animals, and wildlife. So before starting this video, like this video and subscribe to G&Amp H documentary YouTube channel for future updates. Wildlife has traditionally been associated with wild animal species that have not been domesticated, but it has expanded to include all creatures that grow or dwell in the wild in a region that have not been introduced by people. In addition to wildlife, the term game was used to refer to birds and mammals that were shot for sport. Wildlife can be found in every environment on the planet. All types of wildlife can be found in a wide range of habitats, including deserts, forest, rainforest, plains, grasslands, and other regions, including the most developed metropolitan areas. Most scientists agree that human activities have an impact on a large portion of wildlife, despite the fact that the term wildlife is commonly used to refer to creatures that are unaffected by human factors. Some wildlife poses a hazard to human safety, health, and property, as well as the overall quality of life. Many wild animals, including the most dangerous ones, offer value to humans, despite their risk. The nature of this value could be economic, educational, or emotional in character. There are a variety of ways in which humans have traditionally attempted to distinguish civilization from animals. These include separations on legal, social, and moral grounds. Some animals, on the other hand, have learned to live in suburban settings. This includes domesticated animals such as cats, dogs, mice, and rats, among others. Some faiths consider some animals to be sacred, and concern for the natural environment has prompted environmental activists to protest against the exploitation of wildlife for human benefit or pleasure in modern times. Now we will discuss some of the wild animals. Lions. Lion, Panthera leo, a huge, strongly built cat, family Felidae, that is second in size only to the tiger. The traditional king of beasts, the lion has been one of the best-known wild creatures since earliest times. Lions are active at night and enjoy grassland, savanna, dense scrub, and open forest. Historically, they wandered across much of Europe, Asia, and Africa, but presently they are found largely in portions of Africa south of the Sahara. An isolated group of roughly 650 Asiatic lions represent a slightly smaller race that lives under strict protection in India's Gir National Park and Wildlife Sanctuary. The lion is a well-muscled cat with a big body, massive head, and short legs. Size and appearance differ greatly between sexes. The male's mane is distinctive and varies between individuals and populations. In some cases, it's completely absent; in others, it's full and shaggy, extending from the back of the head to the throat and breast, with a fringe along the belly. Some lions have a dark, almost black mane and fringe, giving them a majestic look. Lions are the only cats that live in a pride. A pride's members normally spend the day in scattered groups that may hunt or eat together. A pride comprises of multiple generations of lionesses, a few mating males, and their pups. The group can have 4 to 37 members, but the average is 15. Each pride has a distinct territory, with a core area guarded against intruders, and a periphery area where some overlap is acceptable. A territory can be as tiny as 20 square kilometers, 8 square miles, with plenty of prey, or as large as 400 square kilometers with little game. Women in some prides have been known to share their territory for decades. They indicate their territory by roaring and scenting. Their characteristic roar is usually heard in the evening before hunting and in the morning before rising. Males also urinate on shrubs, trees, or the ground, leaving a distinct aroma behind. Scratches on bushes and defecation leave different scents. Prey includes everything from mice and baboons to Cape or African, buffalo, and hippopotamuses, but lions prefer medium to large-sized hoofed mammals like wildebeests and antelopes. Prey preferences differ locally and among prides. Lions are known to kill elephants and giraffes, but only when they are young or unwell. They eat carrion and fresh kills from hyenas, cheetahs, and wild dogs. Open savanna lionesses hunt most of the time, while males eat the females' kills. Male lions are skilled hunters and hunt often in some locations. Foraging men spend less time with ladies and hunt most of their own food. So must nomadic guys. Desperate to kill prey, a hunting lion pack often fails to kill prey. Lesser distances are run without regard for the direction of the wind. It's not uncommon for them to track prey from cover and then dash out to take it down. After leaping on the prey, the lion bites its neck, strangling it. The pride's other members rush to the kill, even fighting for a taste of it. In a panic, members of a pride may encircle or approach a herd from opposite directions. In its area, the cats usually feast themselves and then sleep. Tiger. The tiger, Panthera tigris, the largest member of the cat family, Felidae, is only surpassed in size and ferocity by the lion, Panthera leo. The tiger is endangered across its range, which runs from the Russian Far East to the Indonesian island of Sumatra via North Korea, China, India, and Southeast Asia. The Siberian, or Amur, tiger, P. Tigris altaica, is the largest, with a total length of up to 4 meters, 13 feet, and a weight of up to 300 kilograms, 660 pounds. The Indian tiger, P. Tigris tigris, sometimes known as the Bengal tiger, is the most common, accounting for around half of the total tiger population. Males are larger than females, with a shoulder height of about 1 meter and a length of about 2.2 meters, excluding a tail of about 1 meter. Weight is 160 to 230 kilograms, 350 to 500 pounds, and southern tigers are smaller than northern tigers. Tigers in the Indo-Chinese, P. Tigris corbeti, and Sumatran, P. Tigris sumatri, subspecies are vivid reddish tan with dark, almost black vertical stripes. The underbelly, inner sides of the limbs, cheeks, and a huge area over each eye are all white. Longer, softer, and whiter fur distinguishes the rare Siberian tiger. White tigers have been spotted on occasion, though not all of them are actual albinos, practically all of them in India. See also albinism. In the deep forests of Myanmar, Burma, Bangladesh, and eastern India, black tigers have been observed less frequently. The tiger has no mane, although the hair on the cheeks of older males is long and spread out. Although most classifications divide the species into 6 subspecies, some propose that there are 2 tiger species: P. tigris on the Asian mainland and P. sondaica on the islands of Java, Bali, and Sumatra. The tiger hunts at night and eats a wide variety of animals, but it likes large prey like deer, sambar, cheetal, and swamp deer, and wild pigs. Despite the risk of damage from their quills, porcupines have a special place in my heart. Although tiger attacks on elephants and adult water buffalo have been documented, tiger attacks on healthy large mammals are normally avoided. Some tigers can thrive on domestic livestock, and cattle are occasionally kidnapped from human habitations. It makes a concerted endeavor to hide the carcass from vultures and other scavengers after making a kill and consuming what it can in order to secure another meal. Tigers aren't afraid to take a kill from other tigers or leopards, and they do eat carrion on occasion. Killing and obtaining prey skills are only partially instinctive, and parental training is required for mastery. As a result, tigers grown in captivity would have a hard time surviving in the wild. The tiger, being the top predator in its habitat, is responsible for managing not just its prey population, but also that of other predators like as the leopard, dhole, Asian wild dog, and clouded leopard. Man-eating has fascinated mankind more than any other aspect of the tiger. This could be due to a variety of factors, including age-related or injury-related infirmity, a scarcity of prey, the adoption of the habit from the mother, or the protection of young or kill. Man-eating tigers have become rare in the Sundarbans, Uttar Pradesh in northeast India, and Royal Chitwan National Park in Nepal, due to a decline in tiger numbers. Elephants. Elephants have a long trunk, elongated upper lip and nose, columnar legs, and a massive head with temporal glands and wide, flat ears. Elephants are grayish to brown in color and have thin, coarse hair. They inhabit savannas, grasslands, and woodlands, but also deserts, swamps, and hills in tropical and subtropical Africa and Asia. The elephant's trunk, or proboscis, is one of the most adaptable mammalian organs. This structure is only found in Proboscidea, which includes extinct mammoths and mastodons. The trunk is made up of the top lip and nose, with the nostrils at the tip. The trunk is huge and strong, weighing around 130 kilograms, 290 pounds, and capable of lifting around 250 kilograms. Its dexterity, mobility, and sensitivity make it appear nearly independent of the rest of the animal. It has 16 muscles. A primary muscle on the top and sides raises the trunk, another on the bottom lowers it. A sophisticated network of radiating and transverse muscular fascicles provides delicate movement in the trunk. In cross-sections of the trunk, almost 150,000 muscular fascicles were recorded. Two proboscidean nerves innervate the trunk, making it particularly sensitive. This nerve's bifurcations reach the trunk's tip, which has tactile bristles at regular intervals. The flap-like extensions on the trunk enable it to accomplish extremely delicate operations like picking up a penny from a flat surface or cracking open a peanut, blowing away the shell, and eating the kernel. African elephants have two, above and below. Asian elephants only have one. The Asian elephant typically grasps an object with its trunk tip, whereas the African elephant prefers to pinch, picking up objects with its thumb and index finger. The Asian elephant's trunk is probably more dexterous than the African elephant's. Elephants also use their trunks as hands. Elephants use branches to scratch themselves in locations where their trunk and tail cannot reach. Large branches and debris are sometimes tossed in threatening exhibitions. Elephants may touch one another's faces or interlock their trunks. This trunk shake is comparable to a human handshake in that it can be used to convey assurance, greet, or test strength. The trunk is essential for breathing, drinking, and eating. Most breathing is done through the trunk, not the mouth. Elephants drink by sucking up to 10 liters of water and squirting it into their mouths. They eat by grabbing grasses, leaves, and fruit with their trunks and putting them in their mouths. To shield themselves from bug bites and the sun, they spray dust or grass onto their trunks. Elephants use their trunks as olfactory periscopes to sniff the air for danger. Fox. Fox, any of several species of dog, Canidae, with bushy tails, pointed ears, and a narrow snout. The name refers to the 10 or so species of true foxes, genus Vulpes, particularly the red fox, V. vulpes, which is found in both the Old and New Worlds. Other foxes include the North American gray fox, 5 South American fox species, the Arctic fox, including the blue fox, the bat-eared fox, and the crab-eating fox. The red fox is a popular folkloric symbol of animal cunning. Except for humans, the red fox has the widest natural distribution. It inhabits most of Europe, Asia, and northern Africa in the Old World, and most of North America in the New. It was introduced to Australia and has spread across much of it. The red fox has long guard hairs, soft, fine underfur, and black ears and legs. In North America, black and silver coats are found, with white or white-banded hair occurring in a black coat. The cross or brant fox is yellowish-brown with a black cross between the shoulders and down the back. The Samson fox is a red fox mutant found in northwest Europe. It lacks long guard hairs and has tightly curled underfur. Panda. Panda, Ailuropida melanoleuca, a bear-like mammal found in bamboo forests of central China's mountains. Its striking black and white coat, bulky body, and round face have endeared it to people all over the world. The IUCN Red List of Threatened Species estimates that fewer than 1,900 pandas remain in the wild. Men can reach 1.8 meters, 6 feet, and weigh over 100 kilograms, 220 pounds. Females are typically smaller. Black rounded ears and eye patches contrast with white face and neck. White torso with black limbs, tail, legs, and shoulders. Pandas waddle because their back paws point inward. Pandas are often seen somersaulting, rolling, and dust bathing on their hind legs. Pandas are adept climbers and, like bears, are likely capable of swimming. An enlarged wrist bone that acts like a thumb allows pandas to handle food with great dexterity. Bamboo leaves, shoots, and stems make up 90 to 98% of the panda's diet. The giant panda's digestive system is carnivore adapted, so it cannot digest cellulose, a major component of bamboo. Pandas overcome this issue by ingesting massive amounts of grass on a daily basis. Feeding takes up to 16 hours per day, and waste elimination occurs up to 50 times per day. Fossilized dental remains show the giant panda ate bamboo for 3 million years. Although unable to hunt, pandas have a taste for meat, which has made them a nuisance in human camps. The species cannot live outside bamboo forests, but in captivity they are fed cereals, milk, and garden produce. Bamboo is better for pandas in captivity. Zebras. Zebras are related to horses. Single-horned ungulates designed for long-distance migration. Zebras are usually 120 to 140 centimeters, 47 to 55 inches, tall. Zebras have dark skin. The zebra's stripes are made up of melanocytes, specialized skin cells, that pigment the animal's fur. Melanin, a pigment produced by melanocytes, is transferred into some of the animal's growing hairs. Melanin-rich hairs appear black, while melanin-free hairs appear white. Wolf, one of two wild canine-like carnivores. The timber wolf, Canis lupus, is the more common. It is the largest non-domestic dog, Canidae, and is found throughout the northern hemisphere. The Ethiopian wolf, C. simensis, was previously thought to be a jackal. Wolf. We know the gray wolf well because it is a mythical creature that has been misunderstood by humans and other animals alike. Except for humans and lions, the gray wolf once ranged across all of North America, from Alaska and Arctic Canada southward to central Mexico, and across Europe and Asia above 20 degrees north latitude. It was the top hunter of large hoofed mammals, and lived in all habitats except tropical forests and arid deserts. The number of wolf subspecies varies between classifications in North America, Eurasia, and Africa. Dogs were selectively bred from wolves domesticated between 14,000 and 29,000 years ago in northern Eurasia, c. Lupus familiaris. The wolf is a traveler. Large feet and a deep but narrow chest suit its active lifestyle. A wolf's keen senses, large canine teeth, powerful jaws, and ability to pursue prey at 60 km per hour, 37 miles per hour, make it a predator. The bushy half-meter-long tail of a typical northern male can reach 2 meters. It stands 76 centimeters, 30 inches, tall at the shoulder and weighs approximately 45 kilograms, 100 pounds, varying regionally from 14 to 65 kilograms, 31 to 143 pounds. Females are typically 20% smaller than males. Large wolves inhabit western Canada, Alaska, and northern Asia. The smallest are found near the southernmost range, the Middle East, Arabia, and India. They have yellow-white underparts and legs, and their upper body fur is usually gray. Light-colored wolves inhabit the Arctic. Except for lemurs, tarsiers, and lorises, any of almost 200 tailed primate species. Apart from having tails, even if they are little nubs, narrow-chested bodies and other skeleton traits distinguishes monkeys. Except for baboons and mandrills, most monkeys have a small, flat face with a prominent muzzle. Most species reside in tropical forests and travel on all fours. Most tropical Central and South American birds, except the duruculi, spend the day hunting for food. Because monkeys can sit upright, their hands are free for numerous manipulating tasks. Except for a few old world species, most monkeys are arboreal, jumping from limb to limb. Their hands and feet contain 5 digits, with the thumb and big toe being different. The marmosets have claws on all fingers save the big toe, which has a nail. Monkeys walk on the ground with their soles on the ground, but their palms up. They rarely walk on 2 legs, bipedally, and can only stand for brief periods. Monkeys are recognized for their curiosity and intelligence. Their growing brains, hands, and eyes give them a lot of freedom. Most can solve complicated issues and learn from experience, but not to the level of giant apes. Some, like capuchins, cebus, use things as tools, e.g. stones to crack nuts. Others, like baboons, quickly learn to use sticks to hunt. The large apes, gorillas, chimps, and orangutans tend to learn from each other's experience, whereas most monkeys appear to learn new behaviors for themselves. The Japanese macaque is an exception, Macaca fuscata. In the wild, these monkeys were fed new items like sweet potatoes and paper-wrapped candy. Once a few people figured out how to procure new foods, their ideas propagated across the army. These trials reshaped cultural behavior. Monkeys. Most monkeys live in groups of females with young and either a single male, as in Hamadryas baboons, mandrills, ganones, and most langurs, or multiple males, as in savanna baboons and macaques. Females usually, but not always, stay in the group where they were born and are so closely connected. Males join new troops upon adulthood, therefore they are unrelated and hostile. Female monkeys, like humans and apes, have a menstrual cycle, albeit a shorter one. In some species, sexual activity is restricted to the period around ovulation, estrus, but not in others. Some species procreate all year, while others go months without a sexual cycle and estrus. Deer. Any of 43 species of hoofed ruminants in the order Artiodactyla, distinguished by possessing 2 large and 2 small hooves on each foot, as well as antlers in the males of most species and females of one species. Deer are endemic to every continent except Antarctica and Australia, and several species have been widely imported as game animals outside of their natural ranges. The reindeer, also known as the caribou, is one of the domesticated species. Some deer. Any of 43 species of hoofed ruminants in the order Artiodactyla, distinguished by possessing 2 large and 2 small hooves on each foot, as well as antlers in the males of most species and females of one species. Deer are endemic to every continent except Antarctica and Australia, and several species have been widely imported as game animals outside of their natural ranges. The reindeer, also known as the caribou, is one of the domesticated species. Some swamp and island species are threatened, but most continental species are thriving because to strong management and protection. When given some protection, deer are quick to take advantage of man-made disruptions such as agriculture, forestry, and urbanization. White-tailed deer, a prized North American hunting mammal, have become pests in the United States and Canada's suburbs and cities. Leopard. Leopard, Pantheropardus, often known as panther, is a huge cat related to lions, tigers, and jaguars. The term leopard was given to the cat now known as cheetah, the so-called hunting leopard, which was long supposed to be a mix of lion and pard. The name leopard eventually supplanted the term pard. Leopards come in a wide range of sizes and patterns. The usual weight is 50 to 90 kilograms, 110 to 200 pounds, the length is 210 centimeters, 84 inches, excluding the 90 centimeters tail, and the shoulder height is 60 to 70 centimeters. The leopard, on the other hand, can grow to be quite huge. The ground color is usually yellowish on top and white on the bottom. The dark spots are placed in rosettes throughout most of the body, and lack the center spot that characterizes the jaguar's coat. The ground color within the rosettes is occasionally a darker yellow, and the size and spacing of the spots vary widely. Several leopard races have been named as a result of these pattern variances. Giraffes. Any of 4 species of long-necked cud-chewing hoofed mammals in the genus Giraffe, having long legs and a coat pattern of irregular brown patches on a light background, found in Africa. Giraffes are the tallest terrestrial animals, with males, bulls, reaching heights of up to 5.5 meters, 18 feet, and females, cows, reaching up to 4.5 meters. They can browse leaves from roughly 6 meters away using prehensile tongues nearly half a meter long. Giraffes can be found in reserves such as Tanzania's Serengeti National Park and Kenya's Amboseli National Park, where they can be observed on grasslands and open forests. Females begin breeding when they are 4 or 5 years old. The gestation period is 15 months, and while most calves are born in the dry months in some locations, births can occur at any time of year. The mother licks and nuzzles her calf in seclusion for a week while they get to know each other's scent. The calf then joins a nursery group of children of similar ages, while the mothers graze at varying distances. When lions or hyenas attack, a mother will often stand over her calf and kick the predators with both front and rear legs. Cows have food and water needs that can keep them away from the nursery group for hours at a time, and lions and hyenas kill around half of very young calves. Calves sample the plants after 3 weeks, but they don't start sucking for another 18 to 22 months. When boys are 1 to 2 years old, they join other bachelors, whereas daughters are more likely to stay with their mothers. Conclusion. According to the 2020 World Wildlife Fund's Living Planet report and the Zoological Society of London's Living Planet Index measure, global wildlife populations have declined by 68% since 1970 as a result of human activity, particularly overconsumption, population growth, and intensive farming. This is further evidence that humans have triggered the sixth mass extinction event. According to the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species, CITES, it is estimated that the international wildlife trade generates billions of dollars annually and affects hundreds of millions of animal and plant specimens. People living in the Stone Age and hunter-gatherer societies relied on wildlife for their food, including both plants and animals. As a matter of fact, it is possible that early human hunters hunted certain species to extinction. Some sections of the world continue to rely on hunting, fishing, and gathering wildlife for a large portion of their food supply today. Hunting and non-commercial fishing are primarily regarded as sports or recreational activities in other parts of the world. Bushmeat is a term used to describe meat derived from species that are not generally considered game. Wildlife populations in East Asia are being decimated as a result of the increased demand for wildlife as a source of traditional food, which is fueling the hunt for sharks, primates, pangolins, and other animals that people believe have aphrodisiac powers. Animals living in the wild suffer a variety of injuries and illnesses as a result of factors that are either entirely or partially natural, such as malnutrition, thirst, parasitism, predation, disease, injury, and extreme weather conditions, among other things. The argument that humanity should seek to alleviate various forms of pain has been made by a number of scholars in recent years, while others have claimed that wild animals should be left alone or that measures to alleviate suffering are unrealistic. This subsection discusses the various anthropogenic causes of wildlife extinction. Defaunation is the term used to describe the extinction of animals from natural communities. In fact, since our escape from Africa 130,000 to 70,000 years ago, human beings have been exploiting natural populations as a hallmark of their existence. The rapid loss of entire species of plants and animals across the globe has increased to such an alarming degree in the last few hundred years that it is commonly thought that we are in the midst of the sixth great extinction event on the planet, known as the Holocene mass extinction. According to the United Nations Intergovernmental Science Policy Platform on Biodiversity and Ecosystem Services 2019 Global Assessment Report on Biodiversity and Ecosystem Services, approximately 1 million species of plants and animals are at risk of extinction within decades as a result of human activities. Extinction of a species does not always result from wildlife destruction, however. The dramatic loss of entire species across the globe dominates any discussion of wildlife destruction, as extinction is the level of damage to a wild population from which there is no recovery, or recovery is impossible. Dietary overkill, habitat deterioration and fragmentation, the influence of introduced species, and cycles of extinction are among the four most common factors contributing to the demise of wildlife populations. It is possible to overkill a population when hunting occurs at a rate that is larger than the population's reproductive capacity is being utilized. The consequences of this are frequently recognized much more dramatically in populations that are slow to increase, such as many larger species of fish. Initial observations show that when part of a natural population is hunted, an increase in the availability of resources, such as food, results in enhanced growth and reproduction as density-dependent inhibition is reduced as a result of the hunting. Hunting, fishing, and other forms of subsistence farming have all helped to reduce rivalry among members of a population. This will happen, however, if the rate of hunting continues to be larger than the rate at which new members of the population may reach breeding age and produce additional young, then the population will begin to decline in size. Populations that are limited to islands, whether they are literal islands or merely sections of habitat that are essentially an island for the species in question, have also been reported to be at increased risk of a sudden increase in fatalities as a result of unsustainable hunting practices. This third group is considered to be a secondary effect of the experiment. All natural populations of living things have a complicated web of intertwined relationships with the other living things in their environment. Hippopotamuses and other large herbivorous animals, such as elephants, have populations of insectivorous birds that feed on the parasitic insects that grow on the hippopotamus's skin. Should the hippo go out, so will these groups of birds, which will result in even more devastation as other species that rely on the birds suffer as a result of their extinction. Also known as the domino effect, this series of chain reactions is the most devastating process that may occur in any biological community and is the most common cause of natural disasters. What do you think about this video? Do let us know down in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.